welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sydney and this is the Pleasant Street Farmhouse. Today I have my farmhouse kitchen remodel reveal video. I really hope that you guys enjoy this video. I wanted to do several different upgrades to our kitchen, but on a shoestring budget. And I could not be happier with the way that our kitchen came out. Here's a quick little sneak peek, and I'm gonna go through everything that we did with our kitchen, as well as the average cost for everything. All of these things we did ourselves, with the exception of the countertops, which we'll get into that here in just a bit. But everything was totally DIY. We put in some great upgrades into this kitchen, and I'm just so happy with the way that it turned out. I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you have any questions about where we got anything or how we did any of the projects in this kitchen, leave them below. I'd be more than happy to chat with you guys about those questions that you have. If you're new here, I would love for you to be a part of the Pleasant Street Farmhouse family. So make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, give this video a thumbs up, and let's get on into the reveal. So one of the first things that we did when we moved in is we painted. The original paint color in this entire kitchen was this very, very bright sherbet green color. It was made your eyes kind of go, ooh, when you walked in the room. It was not my color of choice. I was actually 8.5 months pregnant when we moved into this house. So that was one of the first things I was like, the paint has got to go. We actually painted this like a light cream yellow, and it was great for a while, but it really wasn't exactly what I wanted. And then I found this color, which is Passive Gray. Well, I guess it's just called Passive, from Sherman Williams, and I absolutely love this color. If you're looking for a true gray, Passive by Sherman Williams is the way to go. It is a light gray. So if you need something with a little bit more oomph, I'd go a couple of shades darker, but if you're looking for that really soft, light, solid, true gray, Passive is going to be the one you're gonna want. So we went ahead and painted the whole kitchen. Again, that was when we first moved in. The other thing that we did when we moved into the house was I updated the cabinets. These are the original cabinets to the house, but they had this, it wasn't even vinyl, it was some type of cover on them. They were white, but it was, they almost looked plastic, and it was a big project, a big undertaking to update these cabinets because of whatever was on there before. It was so incredibly difficult to take off, and I think that project took me a couple of weeks to get all of the cabinets done. I ended up going with the Valspar chalk paint and then a soft wax on top of that, and I did this. It's not a true white. There's a little bit of a color difference between these cabinets and the true white Backsplash, but I think it does a great job of kind of just offsetting the color tones just a little bit. When I originally did all of the cabinets, I also did the bottom ones that white color as well. So these were all white, and then we updated the knobs because again, those were original to the house, so we just went with a basic silver brushed knob and pulls from Lowe's. And everything that I use, guys, I will make sure I link it down in the description box for you as well. So we're gonna talk about the floors for a minute. When we moved in, the floors had sheet vinyl, and it was a, basic flooring option. For this style house, it was totally fine, and it was a darker brown sheet vinyl. And if you don't know what sheet vinyl is, it literally is like one whole sheet that you roll out and custom fit to your area. There's no seams or anything like that. It was fine for what we needed at the time, but I don't necessarily like sheet vinyl because it's very, very thin, and if you accidentally ding it with furniture, or we have a lot of dogs and maybe a nail will get in there, or a toddler that scrapes a toy across the floor, sometimes that can scratch and then it'll peel up. And actually what happened to ours is we had a foster puppy that really enjoyed chewing, and she actually chewed a corner, this corner right over here, of the sheet vinyl, and then proceeded to peel the sheet vinyl up. So the flooring was actually an emergency upgrade and we had to act fast, otherwise she was going to just completely pull up the entire floor. So we went ahead and went with this peel and stick vinyl planks, which I absolutely love. They are super durable. They are so easy to install. We got these from Lowe's. This is the color Flax and Oak. Again, I'll leave it down below so you can check that out as well. It took us a couple of days just because we didn't have some solid time to just block out and finish the floor. If we did, it would have been an easy day, afternoon project. But I love the way the floors look. It's light and it's got some great texture throughout it. And it's so easy to install. If you're looking for an easy, affordable upgrade to your flooring, I would definitely check out the vinyl peel and stick planks. The other thing about this too is it is more durable than just the sheet vinyl. So it doesn't have that kind of bouncy feel that a sheet vinyl has. And in the event that something were to happen that you needed to repair, instead of sheet vinyl where you would have to take out the whole thing and repair the whole thing, you could just take up one piece of this and put a new piece down. So that's another bonus. So that's what flooring we decided to go with. I think it really helps lighten up this space and make it look bigger. So I'm gonna come down here and talk about our countertops. I am so in love with these countertops. This is the Carrara marble finish. It's laminate and it is also from Lowe's. The countertops before and the backsplash before we did these upgrades were original to the house, and it was a laminate countertop and then a tile backsplash. They were old. They needed to be replaced. There were parts of the laminate countertop that were peeling, pieces that had chipped off. It was just ready for an upgrade. If you check out my other videos, especially my Clean With Me videos, you'll see the countertops that we were working with. So we wanted to go with laminate. Reason being, and this is something to think about, when you're updating a house or a space, you have to think about the big picture. And I felt as though this house was built in 1979. It's an older home. And if we brought in some new items, it just wouldn't feel cohesive to me. So I wanted to kind of stick in the same range as far as what would be consistent with that time, or, you know, but upgraded. I didn't want to put anything super shiny, and I didn't want to put anything too fancy that would honestly make it look like this room doesn't fit with the rest of the house, as I accidentally touched my knives. So we decided to go with the laminate. It's an extremely affordable option. I think it looks great. We did do an upgrade, so there's no seam, and that's what I wanted to show you. The previous laminate and most laminate countertops, if you don't do the upgrade, there would be a seam here or a seam here, and I just felt like that was gonna make it look not good. So we decided to do the upgrade to make this one whole piece around the corner, and I feel like it was totally worth it. The next upgrade that we did was our farmhouse sink. This was unplanned, but we saved some money in some other areas that I'll show you that allowed us to splurge just a little bit, and I am so in love with this sink. I love everything about a farmhouse sink. This one is actually from Menards, and I'll leave it linked down below, and it's just the perfect double sink, and it's farmhouse, and it's just great. This is actually a little bit, it's the same size, but it actually is a little bit bigger in the sink area and doesn't have as much space on the faucet area. We use the same faucet that we had from the previous sink, and that's always something to do. If you have something that's good and functioning and there's no reason that you need to replace it, use it. See if you can upcycle it. But we went ahead and upgraded this, and I absolutely love it. So the backsplash was also something that we updated. We ended up taking the backsplash out the night before we got the countertops installed. That's because I didn't want my kitchen to be a complete mess for a long period of time. We originally were gonna go with a subway tile that's very traditional, kind of stands the test of time, but I also kind of contemplated with doing something a little different. We decided not to do the subway tile for a couple of different reasons, but one thing in particular was that we already had a bunch of different kind of textures, colors, shades going on in this room. And I just felt like bringing in another kind of geometric shape, another kind of color of grout that would be pretty difficult to match with the countertops and the cabinets, or then we have the gray paint. So if we went with a gray grout, would it be too dark? Would it kind of stick out? And then we also have wainscoting, or it's also called bead-board. And the wainscoting goes around the entire kitchen. It stops right at that light switch. So it actually originally came through, it goes up to the sides. I'll show you here in a second. And it stopped right here, and then the tile started. And I thought that that was gonna be a very weird transition that I just didn't like. So I went and kind of looked on Pinterest per usual, and I found the idea of doing the beadboard or wainscoting backsplash, and I thought it was perfect. Felt like we joined the room as one, whereas the wainscoting or beadboard stopped right here. We brought it all the way throughout, and I feel like it just makes the room more cohesive. And I'll tell you something, this is a super easy and very, very budget-friendly project. It took me one afternoon to do this entire backsplash by myself, and I know you don't know this about me. I am a very crafty person, but I am not good with power tools. So if I could figure this out, you definitely can. This entire backsplash project cost me less than $70 to upgrade our total backsplash, and I think it just works perfectly. We went with a pure white backsplash, and again, we updated the rest of the wainscoting to match, so we went ahead and painted the entire wainscoting the same color, and it just turned out really well. It really just pulls everything together. Okay, so the final project upgrade that we did to this room was painting the lower cabinets, and I feel like that was the missing piece of the puzzle that really just pulled everything together. Prior to painting these cabinets, they matched the top cabinets over here with that same white color, and I thought in my head that's what I wanted. I wanted just this bright white farmhouse kitchen, but when we had all of the different shades of white, it really didn't look good. It really just, it didn't have any spark to it, and it just looked very bland, and I was disappointed. I was like, well, this doesn't look good. I don't know how we're gonna fix that. So I went again back to Pinterest, and I saw this shade of green, which I will link below. I don't know how to say it. It used to be called sage green, and they changed the name of it. So I'll leave the updated name and the paint color down below, but I thought it was perfect for this space. The flooring, as you can kind of see, has some yellowy green tones to it, and the laminate countertops has a little bit of that blue-green hint to it as well. So this middle green color really just pulled it all together, and I'm so happy with it. I did 2 coats of that. Now I will say this, because there are a lot of people out there that love to chalk paint, and I, again, chalk painted my cabinets, my tops, and my bottoms. There's a little bit of prep that has to go into undoing that before you put regular paint on your cabinets. It's super easy. All I did was I got a bottle of mineral spirits, lathered up a towel with it really well, or soaked up a towel with it, and then laid it across all of the cabinets and the drawers and everything, let it dry, and then I was ready to paint. There was no sanding or anything like that. It was a pretty quick process, and I just love the way that this turned out. It just adds that pop of color that gives this room such an amazing vibe. I'm so happy with this. Again, all of these projects we did ourselves. They were easy to do. It didn't take very long. I think we really kind of stuck it out for 2 weeks or so and had this updated kitchen, and it's just such a great space to be in. I always love being in my kitchen, you guys know that, but to be in this kitchen, it feels like I'm in a totally different space. It was a very affordable option, and I just love it. I hope you guys enjoy it as well. So the last thing that we did to upgrade this space was we added this vent, hood vent or range vent, or whatever it's called, and I thought it was a great way to just kind of update the space. If you haven't seen my other videos, there used to be a microwave in this space. It was not up to code. It shouldn't have been there. It was in there when we bought the house, so we took that down. We knew that we were not going to be putting a microwave back up there, so we opted to just go with this very simple silver brushed vent, and it looks great. So there you guys have it. This is our updated farmhouse kitchen remodel reveal. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new here, again, my name is Sydney and this is the Pleasant Street Farmhouse. I have a beautiful toddler daughter named Sophia, an amazing husband, 3 fur kiddos, a full-time job, and this YouTube channel, and I absolutely love making content for you guys. So if you are new, I would love to have your support. If you want to hit that subscribe button down below, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and I'm so happy you stopped by my channel. And until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Bye!